So welcome back, sir. So in the last class we have done with the chapter 1 of the auditing. है ना बच्चों? So we'll do the scanner for the first chapter of the auditing, nature, objective and scope of the auditing. In this scanner we are going to cover the MTPs, RTPs, previous exam questions from 1994 to 2025. 31 years nearly. I say examples, I say test your knowledge and previous year MCQs and I say MCQs. If you do this, no beta, 95% guarantee I will give, nothing will go beyond this discussion. समझ में आ रहा बेटा? The first question, this question was asked 2001, 96, 19, 2020, 2022, 2010, 21. For around how many marks, sir? 2 marks. This question was asked in the exam, sir. So many times in the exam. So please try to answer the question. आप one second beta. Yeah. State with the reasons whether the following statement is true or false. The auditor compares the entries in the books of accounts with vouchers. If two agrees, his work is done. Done or not done? Na? So we discuss the same thing, na beta. Somewhere it's there, no? Yeah. If auditor compares the entries in the books of accounts with vouchers, if two agrees, his work is. If we have to see the reliability also, no beta. So scanner answer is false. Kitna marks beta? 2 mark. The totaling of the entries in the books of accounts with vouchers will show fairness of the financials, but auditor has to determine the reliability also. Just matching the books with vouchers, general entries with vouchers, that is not sufficient. Auditor cannot give the audit opinion just by matching the vouchers with the entries. He has to go for the so many activities also. He has to perform the other techniques also. He has to see whether they are true or false. He has the reliability of those statements also, those vouchers also. Second question beta, this was asked in 2005, 2020 years back, 2002, 23 years back, and 2005 also. Recently 20 में आया, 19 में आया. In audit is independent examination of financial information, financial of an entity, whether profit oriented or not, and irrespective of sales and legal form, comma, when such an examination is conducted with a view to expressing the opinion thereon, he is given the definition of the auditing. He only give everything. Explain, stating clearly how the person conducting the task should take care of to ensure that finance statements would not mislead anyone. The person conducting the audit should take care to ensure that finance statements would not mislead anyone. Explain. But you see the question, this part is missing in the second question. Yes sir, no sir. So what we have to read beta, we have to analyze the definition and we have to read this thing. Which kind of assurance auditor has to provide? Yes sir, no sir. We discussed, this was very important also. Yeah. So we have to analyze the definition. Already he gave definition. Auditing is independent examination of financial information of an entity with a profit oriented or not, irrespective of size and legal form. Such examination is conducted with a view to express the opinion thereon, and we have to analyze the definition. And so which kind of assurance auditor has to provide? Auditor has to provide the, so these 6 kinds of assurances. Done now. So accounts have been drawn up with reference to entries in the books of accounts. Accounts have been drawn up with a reference to entries in the books of accounts. What does it mean? Ledgers is equal to journal entries. Both has to match. Second, the entries in the books of accounts have adequately supported by the entries. Should be supported by the sufficient evidence. What does it mean? Journal entry should be equal to vouchers. Now, third thing, none of the entries in the books of accounts have been omitted. Transactions should not be omitted. in the process of compilation, nothing which was not in the books of accounts was found in the statements. So there should not be any omissions of entries simply, and the information conveyed by the statement should be clear, and so we have to prepare the financials clearly and without any confusion. Finance statements amounts are properly classified, properly described, properly disclosed. Classified means journal, described means ledgers, disclosed means P&L and balance sheet. P&L and balance sheet we have to show as per schedule 3 as per, and the statements of accounts should represent the true and fair. We have to prepare the financials true and fairly, then auditor is said to be giving the auditor can able to provide the assurance. Yes or no, sir? Done. So this was asked nearly 1 2 3 4 5 to 6 times in the exam. The same question, but I think the same question. The person conducting the audit should take care to ensure that finance statements would not mislead anyone. Explain stating clearly the meaning of the auditing. If you read the meaning of the auditing, you will get 2 marks, definition and analysis. If you read the 6 assertions, you will get the remaining 2 marks. Same question beta. Repeat ho gaya. Then 5th question. This was asked. Clear beta? Able to understand the questions? 2000, all this we have discussed. This was asked in 18, 2004, 2009, 1998 and 2022. Same question repeated. Beta 1998 to 2022. How many years gap? Nearly 24 years gap. The management of the organization is solely responsible. Management of the organization is solely management of the organization responsible for the compliance with the auditing standards while preparation of financial statements. True or false? Pallavi, management has to comply with the SAS. True or false? False. Who has to comply? Auditor has to comply. So while preparing the books of accounts, management has to follow the AS. While examining, auditor has to follow the SAS. While preparing, management has to follow the AS. While doing the auditing, while doing the examination, auditor has to follow. But what he is giving in the exam beta, management has to follow the SAS while preparing the financials. True or false? This was asked so many times in the exam beta. Incorrect. As per section 149 subsection 3 of the company sector, every auditor has to comply with the SAS. It is the auditor but not the management. Easy? ये लिखे तो कितना मार्क आता? 2 मार्क आता. Done. So I think all your worries are vanished after seeing the scanner. So you used to feel, which kind of questions will come in the auditing? Everyone said auditing is difficult. Yes or no, sir? So we have seen 5 questions. 5 are easy, frankly speaking. 6th question, we are having nearly 51 pages scanner. How many pages, beta? 51 pages. If you can able to, only for first chapter. Everything is easy. Tension hone ka nahi. Choosing the appropriate accounting policy. Choosing the appropriate accounting policy in relation to accounting issues is the responsibility of the management. True or false? So do you agree? Discuss the duty of the auditor, if any, in relation to accounting policies. Who has choose the accounting policy? Management. Is auditor liable for anything here? Yes. Auditor is liable. We have to check whether management decision is proper or improper. Then so it is your duty to prepare for the exam. My duty is to see whether you are preparing properly or not. For example, Sonia, and she is preparing for the exam. She is keeping 5 books. How many books, beta? ICA material, my material, online faculty material, YouTube material, Telegram material. I said to Sonia, follow one material, read it 10 times. Read it 10 times. One material, any material. Don't read 10 materials one time. Yes, sir. No, sir. Who should choose the book? You should choose the book. I should explain whether you are choosing the book properly or not. I say supreme, simply. So choosing of the appropriate accounting policies, responsibility of the management. The role of the auditor lies in evaluating the selection, whether they're selecting proper policy or not. Who should check beta? Auditor lies in evaluating the selection and consistent application of accounting policy. Consistent application of accounting policies by management. For example, if management is not following the accounting policy consistently, what they should do? Disclose as per AS1. Reason for changing the policy, effect of change of the policy as per AS. Seventh question, beta. If you observe, each question is asking come 3 to 4 times. Each question. This question came 1, 2, 3, 4. This question came 1, 2, 3, 4. This question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times beta. Same question. I said very, very important also while teaching also. 11 times aaya. Oh question. Next, seventh question beta. A question 1, 2, 3, 4 bar aaya. Write a short note on the GPFS. Now beta is not asking GPFS, general purpose financial statements. उसमें क्या क्या आते बेटा? P&L, balance sheet, CFS and notes to accounts. Who are the users of the GPFS? Management, shareholders, lenders, suppliers, creditors and government. So in the new syllabus, this concept is not specifically mentioned in the ICA material. Is keeping somewhere here and there, but not specifically any heading is not there. But he may ask, he may not ask. Next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, 6 times in the exam beta. In case of bachon, in case of certain subject matters, limitations on the auditor's ability to detect the material misstatements are particularly significant. Explain such assertions or subject matters. Have we discussed this point anywhere in the chapter, frankly speaking? Not specifically covered anywhere in the chapter. Not specifically covered. But question is there in the scanner. क्या करेंगे? What is the question beta first of all? In case of certain subject matters, in few situations, limitations on the auditor's ability to detect the material misstatements are particularly significant. Few cases, auditor will not be able to detect the misstatements. Give me some examples. That's the question. Example, fraud. Example, intentional concealment. Intentional. Any misstatement made by management, can it easy to identify? Because upper rehte beta. Yes sir, no sir. Is given the some of the examples where auditor may not able to identify the misstatements. In certain subject matters, in few cases, limitations on the auditor's ability to detect the misstatements are particularly significant. Explain few examples. Explain few assertions. Then, so he's giving 3, 4 examples beta. In certain cases, in certain subject matters, limitations on the auditor's ability to detect the material misstatements are significant. Such assertions include fraud. Kya beta? Fraud. Particularly fraud involving the senior management or collusion. Is it easy to identify? No. Next, existence and the completeness of the related party transactions. If there is a related party transaction is there, no more risk or less risk? More risky. Yes sir, no sir. Who is the seller? Company. Who is the buyer? Director. Related party transaction. Who is the seller? Company. Who is the buyer? Holding company, subsidiary company, associate company, KMP, promoter. It is easy to hide the transaction. Easy to manipulate the transaction. Yes sir, no sir. The occurrence of non-compliance with the laws and regulations. How many laws are applicable to company? So many laws. We are focusing more on the Companies Act, to Income Tax Act, to GST. Air Pollution Act is there, Water Pollution Act is there, PF Act is there, Bonus Act is there, Gratuity Act is there. So many laws will be applicable. Names and Emblems Act is there, Measurements Act is there. If you purchase any article, no matter biscuit packet, weight 50 grams, 45 grams will be there, no matter. Measurements Act will be applicable. Names and Emblems Act will be applicable. Information Technology Act is applicable. For single company, so many laws are applicable. So being an auditor, he'll focus more on the SEBI, Companies Act, Income Tax Act, GST Act. Many miscellaneous laws will be applicable. Yes sir, no sir. So when non-compliance is there in that laws, no, auditor may not able to identify those non-compliances. Last one, next one. Future events and conditions which may cause entities cease to continue as a future beta. Abhi tak nahi hai na. Next, judgments and estimates. Whenever judgment is there, whenever estimate is there, there is chance of the manipulation, because we can't decide accurately. We can't decide. If we decide accurately, can we able to manipulate? No. When we can't decide accurately, judgment is there. Can we able to manipulate? Yes. I felt I'm not satisfied. I felt I'm satisfied. I felt it is good. I felt it is bad. Oh, feeling है बेटा. Judgment है. क्या है बेटा? We can't decide accurately. Can we decide accurately? 4 into 4 is equal to 16 anywhere in the world. We can't manipulate. Whether Pragna can able to clear CA this attempt? Some faculty said yes, some faculty said yes, no, some faculty said she's preparing well, some faculty said she's not preparing well. Some faculty said her preparation is sufficient, some faculty said her preparation is not sufficient. वो judgment है बेटा. ये क्या है बेटा? Sir, no sir. So he's asking, give me some examples where auditor cannot able to identify material misstatements. This is some of the examples given by ICA itself. Done. A general question है बेटा. समझ में आ रहा? Next question बेटा. Examine with the reasons whether the following statements are correct or incorrect. The purpose of the audit is to enhance the degree of the confidence of the intended users. This question we discussed this point so many times in the first chapter. है ना बेटा? So many times this point was discussed. The main purpose of the why is auditing also we have discussed. The main purpose of the auditing is to enhance the reliability of the financial statements. Amma? Reliability will be enhanced. Reliability will be. So, yes, as per the SA 200 also, the overall objective of the auditing, the main objective of the auditing is to enhance the reliability of the financial information so that users can able to take the efficient decisions. Then, next question. Review versus auditing anta. Review versus auditing. I said no, but this is new topic in the new syllabus. You know, there is no difference between the auditing and review. Difference is there or not there? Yes, I explained. View, review, audit, investigation. वो अलग अलग रहता. Yes sir, no sir. Clear ना? In case of both are different कहते बेटा. कितना marks के लिए पूछा ये वाला? Maybe 2 marks, 2 to 3 marks. There is no difference. Answer is incorrect. So auditing and review are the both two different terms. In case of auditing, we will give the reasonable assurance. In case of review, we will give the limited assurance. Yes sir, no sir. I give a small chart also, I think. Next, the concept of true and fair. Concept of true and fair. What is true and fair? It is not defined in the company sector, not defined in any SA also. But true and fair is the fundamental concept of the auditing. That question better. Under what circumstances financial statements of a company are deemed to be true and fair? एक क्वेश्चन देखो कितना बार है 1 2 90 89 बेटा 35 years back 35 years back your father is around 45 years maybe, but that means when your father is in the 5th class your father age will be around है ना 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 times in the exam beta yearly. 8 question beta, what is the concept of the true and fair? Concept of this is the concept of the true and fair. 8 question beta. Clear na? So books are said to be true and fair when the assets are not overvalued, not undervalued, not omitted. In case of charge disclosed separately, assets should not be overvalued, should not be undervalued, should not be omitted, and we should be able to explain transactions affected the register and the branches. Yes or no sir, we have to follow the accounting policies consistently. Unusual items should be disclosed separately. So the 8 question beta refer main material. Done. इसको लिखते ना लिखता बाद में आंसर्स लिखना क्या करना बार बार पढ़ना 4 बार पढ़ना बार बार लिखना क्या था करे तो ग्रिप आता क्या था ये देखो बेटा 21 में आया बेटा क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में आरटीपी में आया. The auditor's opinion helps the determination of true and correct view of the financial position of the enterprise. True only na? True or false? Why false? True and वो क्या आती है बेटा? True and correct means facts, certificates, investigation. So identifying this word is important in the exam. True and but उन्हें क्या दिया true and इन्वेस्टिगेशन में क्या दिया था, इन्वेस्टिगेशन में ट्रू एंड करेक्ट, ऑडिटिंग में ट्रू एंड डन। ये देखो बेटा, नेक्स्ट ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ द ऑडिटिंग अंट, कितना बड़ा है ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ द ऑडिटिंग, 1 2 3 4 5, so many times this question was asked beta. What is the objective of the auditing? We'll read one by one. What is the objectives of the auditing? First question beta. CA Jatin is the auditor of JP Limited. The auditor expressed his opinion on the finance statements without ascertaining as to whether finance statements as a whole free from the material misstatements explained with respect to SA 200. But will we able to give any guarantee? No. Will we able to identify all the misstatements? But here देखो, Mr. Jitin is the auditor of JP Limited. The auditor expressed his opinion. He is giving the audit report on the financials without ascertaining whether finance statements as a whole free from material misstatements. Whether we have to verify or not, misstatements is there or not, whether he verified, no, whether he is doing his work properly, no. Mr. Z, the auditor of the company Different and Capable Limited for the financial 2023, explained to audit team members about the objectives of the independent auditor as per in accordance with the relevant standards. Explain the objectives of the auditor. What is the objective of the auditor beta? ये पूरा लिख लेना बेटा. As per SA 200 and as per SA 240 also. Done na? So Jitin is not complying with the objectives of the auditing as per SA 200. Clear na? ये देखो बेटा, objectives of the auditing as per SA 200 and as per SA 240. So we discussed in depth about this. Clear na beta? ये पूरा लिख लेना बेटा. The wording is very important, not that much easy unless you revise more number of the times. So what are the objectives of the auditing 93 and 2019? Date question beta. So we should write the as per SA 200 and as per SA 240. Comment on the statement. The auditor is responsible for expressing the opinion on the finance statements in the statutory audit. Yes or no? So we have to write the objectives of the auditor. The objective of the auditor is to express the opinion on the financial statement. Responsible for expressing the opinion. True or false? Bolo bachcho. Is detection of the frauds and errors is the duty of the auditor? Secondary duty. Which duty? So secondary objective is the detection of the frauds and errors. The primary duty is expressing the opinion. Expressing the next question beta. Are you able to understand the questions? The objective of the auditor finance statements prepared in framework of the recognized accounting policies and practices and relevant statutory requirements, if any, is to enable the auditor express the opinion on the financial statements and state the objectives of the auditing as per SA 200. Date question beta. So what are the objectives of the auditing? Date question. Done. So pura likh lena beta. We should write the everything as per SA 200 and as per SA 240. We should write the objectives of the auditing. Clear? The same question came again in the 20 and 19 also beta. The primary objective of the auditing. Which objective beta? Primary objective anta. The primary objective of the audit is to detection of the frauds and errors. The primary objective is expressing the opinion. Secondary objective is detection of the frauds. In order to express the opinion, I may examine, I may identify the frauds. I am not here to identify the frauds. That is not my primary goal. है ना? So answer is no. है ना बेटा? You can refer here. देखो बेटा. Primary objective and secondary objective. Primary objective is reporting. Secondary objective is identification of the. ये देखो बेटा. Secondary objective is detection of the frauds and errors. Then next, the objective auditor is to give the absolute assurance. Can he able to give absolute assurance? So which kind of assurance auditor can give? He can give only as per SA 200. He will give only which assurance? I said this question came so many times in the exam. So auditor will not give able to give the absolute assurance. He can only give the reasonable assurance. Beta. If he's asking for 2 marks, that is sufficient. If he's asking for 4 marks, no, you should write the whole thing. Beta. ये पूरा लिखना है बेटा. If he's asking for 4 marks, 1 mark, 2 marks only. So you have to explain. Auditor is supposed to give only reasonable assurance, but not the absolute assurance. In case of investigation, we will give the absolute assurance. So auditing is the official investigation into alleged wrong anta. auditor will not start with the suspected mind. Auditing is not a investigation. Auditing may become investigation if frauds are there. Then clear? Sir, able to understand the question, sir? State with reasons whether the following statements are true or false. The basic object of the auditor does not change with reference to nature, size, and form of the entity. Auditing will remain same, no, but object will remain same or not will change? Same or change? Somewhere I wrote this statement also. देखो बेटा, the objective of the audit does not change with reference to nature, size. I am doing a small company. My objective expressing the opinion. I am doing a big company like Reliance. My objective expressing the opinion only. Based on the size, in my class 10 students are there, 100 students are there, 500 students are there, my goal will remain same, no beta? Knowledge transfer. Then sir, able to understand, sir? So the objective of the audit does not change, does not with reference to nature of the auditing, size of the company, and form of the audit entity. Yes or no? It will remain same. Same question. The objective of the audit does not change. Questions based on the qualities of the auditor anta, based on the quality. State briefly qualities of the auditor 2004, 95 and 2003. The same question. The Lord Justice Lindley in the courts of judgment in the famous London and General Bank. This case is there in our material. If you observe. Summarized up, overall object of the audit shall be as regards the personal qualities. Explain the qualities of the auditor. He should be cautious. He should maintain the firmness. He should maintain the good temper. Maintain the integrity. Maintain the discretionary. Should have the knowledge of. Should have the knowledge of the judgmental skills. He should have the. He must have the clear headedness. He must have the. He must have the qualities of a good business man. He must have the culture of attaining the great heights. He must maintain the integrity. He must maintain the objectivity. He must maintain the independence. He must have the knowledge of the. Yes sir, no sir? ये पूरा दे दिया बेटा, देखो इतना बड़ा लंबा आंसर दिया है ना ICA में, देखो. Done. Next, scope of the auditing. Better questions based on scope of auditing. This question came 3 to 4 times in the exam. An auditor expressed by opinion expressed by auditor is neither assurance as to future viability of the enterprise nor efficiency, effectiveness which management has conducted the efforts of the enterprise. True or false? Will we give any guarantee for the future viability of the enterprise? The opinion given by the auditor neither assurance, neither as to future viability of the enterprise nor the efficiency and effectiveness with which management has conducted the activities. The same statement is in our material also, beta. Here is scope. The opinion expressed by auditor neither assurance as to future viability of the enterprise nor the efficiency, effectiveness with which management has conducted the activities of the company. So we will not give any guarantee for the future of the company. As on today, I am giving my opinion factor. My opinion. As on today, I am giving my opinion. So we will not give any guarantee for the future of the enterprise. Yes or no? Next, auditor can give guarantee as to future of the enterprise. Auditor will not give any guarantee as to future viability of the enterprise. No, incorrect. No, the opinion expressed by auditor neither assurance as to future viability of the enterprise nor efficiency of the management. So we will not give any guarantee. We will give only opinion as on today based on the financials. Clear? Clear? Then ICA test your knowledge beta. ICA में रहता beta ये वाला last रहता at the ending of the chapter. These questions will be there in the ICA. Test your knowledge. First question. Lala Ji Bhai has purchased shares of the company listed on NSE. So one guy is there, Lala Ji. He purchased the shares of the particular company. It is a listed company. The audited finance statements of the company provide the picture of the healthy and financial performance having robust turnover, low debt, good profits. So he was reading the finance statements which was audited, so based on the audited financial statements, he realized that so company's healthy, performance is turnover is good, debt is low, profits also more. Done. Based on the audit report. On the above basis, he absolutely satisfied with that money invested by him will be safe and there is no chance of losing his money. So after reading the financials, so auditor financial statements wo bhi kya beta, auditor financial statements, he felt that so since profits are there, no losses, less debt is there, so company is strong, let me purchase. He purchased the shares of the company also. Do audited results and audit report of the companies provide the assurance to investors? Reasonable assurance. Which assurance, sir? Yes, we will give assurance, but not the absolute assurance. We will provide only reasonable assurance, but not the absolute assurance. See the question, beta. Do audited results and audit report of the companies provide the assurance to investors like Lalaji Bai is thinking of the Lalji Bai is correct or incorrect? Yes, we will give assurance only reasonable assurance, but not the absolute assurance. Audit does not provide assurance to investors in shares regarding the safety of his money. Share price of the security is affected by so many factors. The auditor will provide only reasonable assurance that finance statements are free from the material misstatements. Hence, thinking of Lalji Bai is not correct. And since our finance statements are given audited by the auditor, so he's feeling that share price will not go down. No. It's not like that. Share price may go down for so many reasons. And देखो बेटा कितना बड़ा क्वेश्चन है देखो. I see a test your knowledge बेटा. Good deeds anta. Good Deeds Limited is engaged in the business of the recycling of the waste from dumping grounds of the municipal corporation of Indore to usable manicure कहते. So there is a company बेटा. Company का नाम क्या है बेटा? Good Deed comes in. ये क्या करता मालूम बेटा? तो हर एक घर में से सुबह सुबह वो स्क्रैप वाला आता ना. They will take the scrap. They will recycle the scrap. Yes sir, no sir. And they will make the profits. Oh, bottles रहता, plastic रहता, so they will separate, they will sell it. That's the business of the company. Clear? Should I read again? Able to understand? बोलो बच्चों. That is the business of the company, beta. So they will recycle that waste. It is in the way also helping to make the city clean. So indirectly this company helping the city to maintain the clean anta. This is all useless information for us, killing your time in the exam. During the course of the audit by Zoha, a firm of auditor, it is observed by the auditors that the company has received notice from the Central Bench of National Green Tribunal for not following the certain environmental regulations. Which regulations? Involving the imposition of the FT monetary penalty on the company. The company is yet to reply the notice. The auditors pointed out that the same is not stated in the notes to accounts in the financial statements. See, the company is they'll collect the scrap from the public and they'll separate, they will sell, they'll make the profits. So while doing so, no beta, so they may throw some of the scrap outside because of the environment will be affected. So they're getting a notice, companies getting a notice from the environmental departments. You are spoiling the environment bulk indirectly. Then so because of the notice, company has to pay the penalty. We have to create provision or not? Yes sir, no. Whether company is creating the provision, whether company is showing as a footnote, whether company is contravening or not. The company points out that auditors are going beyond the scope of their work. You don't tell me my scope. I know what is my scope being auditor. Yes sir, no sir. So does such matter fall within the scope of the auditor? Yes. Proper disclosure of financial information within the scope of the audit. If you observe in length of the question, length of the answer. Question समझ में आया बेटा? So management should not restrict the scope of the auditor. Then this is the answer given by ICAI. Next question बेटा, वो भी बड़ा क्वेश्चन है बेटा. देखो एक क्वेश्चन देखो पर कितना लाइन्स है? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 lines are there. To read these 10 lines, it is 11 size beta. Size, the font size is 11. In my material, ICAI material 15 will be there nearly. 15 lines question will be there. But first of all, for 1 mark, how much time is there in the exam? 108 seconds beta. Kitna? For 100 marks, you are having the 180 minutes. For 1 mark, how many minutes is there? 1 into 180 divided by the 100. That means you are having the 2.8 minute. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. 2 minutes is equal to 120 seconds. 108 means around you are having the 109 seconds. This question he will give for maximum 2 marks, 2 to 3 marks. In this 300 seconds, you have to read the whole question 2-3 times because our brain will not understand by one time reading. You know about your brain capability. Yes or no? That is the problem, but in the CA, time is not sufficient. Exactly. See, next question from ICA. बच्चों मेरा प्यारे देशवासियों, test your knowledge ICA. Third question बेटा. A huge fire broke in the Noida plant of the KT Limited. There was a fire accident in the company. Plant assets comprising of the building, machinery, inventories were insured from the branch of the public sector insurance company. So there was a company का नाम KT Limited. The company was in the Noida. There was a fire accident in the company and everything is insured. अभी तक clear है? बोलो. Apart from the insurance surveyor who was deputed for assessing the loss, the regional office of the insurance PSU also appointed a CA for verification. Apart from the insurance surveyor who was deputed for assessing the loss, the regional office of the insurance PSU also appointed CA for verification of the books of accounts and financial records of the company and circumstances surrounded by the loss. He was also requested to submit an yearly report. Would the report of the CA in the nature of the audit report? Beta, समझ में आया question? There was a company. In this company, books were there was a fire accident. Clear na? Before giving, for example, beta, loss happened to companies 10 lakhs. Loss happened to companies 10 lakhs. The worth of the building is, worth of the property is 20 lakhs. Worth of property 20 lakhs. Loss happened is 10 lakhs. How much insurance company will give 20 or 10 na? 10 only. Because loss happened is only 10 lakhs. Yes sir, no sir. So there was a company. In that company there was a fire accident. But क्या हो गया बेटा? Fire accident. तो कितना लॉस हुआ देखने के लिए इंश्योरेंस कंपनी सेंडिंग द surveyor for making the survey. Yes sir, no sir. From the head office. So regional office of the insurance company, which officer? Regional Hyderabad office of the insurance company is appointed the chartered accountant also. Pragya, do one thing. So from head office, one person will come. He will check the particular incident. He will give the report. Before that, you go there. You make the analysis of the. You understand the worth of the building, worth of the machinery, worth of the furniture, worth of the investments. You give me report. Yes sir, no sir. Clear na? So what here Pragya is doing? Auditing का investigating का? समझ में आया बेटा? Yes sir, no sir. Question समझ में आया? This is a question. Here two people are there. One is from the insurance head office. One is the branch office of the insurance company. Done. When you're paying the premium, no beta. So it is the premium of the branch. So who has to pay? Who has to settle the claim? The branch only. Ultimately company only. But this branch is liable, no beta, for that payment. Appointment of CA for verification of the books of accounts and financial records and circumstances surrounded the loss is specific objective issue to determine the genuineness of the loss and any issue affected by the liability of the insurance company. It is an investigation, but not in the nature of the. So ऐसे वाला क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में आता है. Clear until now? Next question बेटा. If you see, this question was asked nearly 25 times. Nearly 25 times बेटा. देखो कितना बार आया क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में. ये देखो कितना बार आया. Discuss the following advantages of the independent auditor. 15, 89, 92, 93, 91, 97, 2001, 2007, 2005, 2008, 2009, 10, 12, 15, 12, 1, 98, 18, 18, 18, 7. So many times in the exam beta. So if you see this question, brothers and sisters of Pathshala, RAG is a proprietary firm. Which firm? Sole trader. proprietary firm engaged in the manufacturing of the textiles and handloom products. So they manufacture some cloth, है ना. It sells its finished products both domestic as well as the international product. They manufacture the cloth, they will sell the cloth in the India and also in the foreign. Bangar talli busy free only listen. So there was a sole trader, he manufactured the cloth, he sells that cloth in the India as well as in the foreign. The company is making the turnover of 30 crores. It has also availed the cash credit of 5 crores from the bank, है ना. So turnover कितना बेटा 30 crores, loan कितना 5 crores. In the year 1819 the proprietor of the firm is worried about the financial position of the company and is under impression that since he is out of India, is taken foreign also, beta out of India, therefore the firm may run into losses. He approaches a chartered accountant about the advantage of getting the accounts audited throughout the year, so that he may not suffer due to accounting weakness. Advice regarding the advantage of the getting accounts audited. If you observe here, this is all wasting his time. You are wasting your time. Nothing is there. Only one line, two words are important. Advantage of the auditing. आप लोग क्या करते हैं एग्जाम हॉल में? टर्नओवर कितना 30 crores, लोन कितना 5 crores, when loan has taken, why loan has taken, which bank, Canada bank. You keep on analyzing the same thing for half an hour. By that time Somurtham will complete. Is asking the advantage of the auditing. Advantage of the, समझ में आया बेटा? Same question देख बेटा. In the place of REG Pace Limited, proprietary firm Abhinav, manufacturing the textiles only, handlooms only. So REG will become the Pace. That guy name is not given uppar, but he is given the proprietor name is Abhinav. Done na? Same question but advantage of the auditing. Same question. Next. Done na? Next. Independence of the mind and independence in appearance are interlinked perspectives of the independent auditor. Whether we discuss this statement? This actually this statement shifted to 11th chapter of the new syllabus actually. Independence. We discussed, I think. Huh? Huh? देखो देखो देखो. Great memory of the my students. Independence is a state of mind and personal character and ended in view of the professional duties. That means independency in mind should be there. Independence in the application. Independence in the should also be there. Yes sir, no sir. Few people will be there. I am independent. I will not take the bribe. I am genuine person. I am a honest person. They will tell like that. When no bribe comes, no beta. ले लेते hello मल्ला ले लेते. Yes sir, no sir. Galish pillows. Yeah. Independence of the mind, independence of the appearance are interlinked. True or false? Yes. You are supposed to be independent in the mind and also in the appearance also. Appearance means while performing your duties. Few people will tell, sir, today I will go to my home. Today Pakka will revise everything. But Babu will not revise anything. Independence in mind. He want to revise is there in his mind. When it comes to application, no beta, his body is not supporting. Mind is not supporting. Laziness is not supporting. Ara. So, independence of the mind, independence of the appearance are the interlinked of the independent auditors. Answer is yes or no? देखो बेटा कितना बार आया 1 2 3 times आया बेटा 3 mark के लिए. Independence should be there in the mind and also in the appearance. Independence in mind means दिमाग में है I want to be independent. Appearance means is not accepting any bribes. Is acting independently while performing his duties also. Then पढ़ेंगे एक बार. Not required. Independence in mind, the state of mind permits the provision of opinion without being affected by the influences, not affected by the bribes, allowing an individual to act with the integrity, objectivity, professional skepticism. What is integrity? Honesty. What is honesty? What is objectivity? Unbiasedness. What is professional skepticism? This what came or not came? Get professional skepticism means questioning mind. Which mind, beta? Bolo. Professional skepticism means questioning mind being alert for the possible misstatements which may occur due to fraud or error. Actually, this word is there in the first chapter only, shifted to 11th chapter in the new syllabus. Shifted to last chapter. Professional skepticism. लिखो बेटा, उसको पीछे लिखो. Writing statements no. ये statement लिखा. Author must be, there must be independence in mind, independence in appearance. Written or not written? You read, you will know written or not written. Yeah, लिखो. Author must be independent. Author has to maintain independency in mind. Statements में लिखो बेटा. Author has to maintain the independency in mind, and also independence in appearance. Next, meanings में आओ बेटा. Professional skepticism. Professional skepticism. It means questioning mind. Who has to maintain? Auditor. It means questioning mind and being alert for the possible misstatements for the, बोलो बच्चों, which may occur due to fraud or error. But independency in mind means you are thinking that I am supposed to be independent. है ना? Independence appearance means when someone is giving the bribe, don't take it. Maintain the same discipline, self-discipline. Yes sir, no sir. The avoidance of the facts and circumstances, avoidance of the situation that are significant that the third party would reasonably conclude author's integrity, objectivity. Skepticism is compromised. Don't go to situation which will lead to compromise your integrity, then which will compromise your independency. इसको बोलते हैं independence in appearance. And thinking, I want to become chartered accountant. In mind, I am performing also every day. Appearance. I will not perform, I will not try to, I will not revise, I will not do scanner, I will not write the exams, mock exams. No dedication in appearance. Then Ganesh Babu, come on time. Next, read short notes on the independence of the auditor. We should write everything about the independence. Beta. Next question, beta. Based on the inherent limitations of the auditing. Which limitations? Inherent means inbuilt, unavoidable. Yes sir, no sir. So state with reasons whether the following statement is true or false. Aisa question aata beta. Auditor is not an insurer. Whether will give any guarantee? Will we give any insurance for the company? No. Statement is true statement. Auditor will give only reasonable assurance, will give only, we will not give any insurance, we will not give any guarantee for the future viability of the enterprise due to inherent limitations of the auditing. Due to, then clear? You need not read the lengthy answer, but this is given by the RTPs, MTPs. You can write. So due to nature of the auditing, due to inherent limitations of the auditing, like test checking and all, so auditor will not give any guarantee as to future viability of the enterprise. He will not give any insurance as to future viability of the enterprise. कितने marks के लिए पूछते बेटा? 2 mark के लिए पूछते. This is explanation, whole explanation. Shall we read? Not required. So auditor's opinion is not an assurance as to future viability of the auditor, is not a insurer in the interest of the users. We will not give any insurance. The ultimate responsibility, it is responsible to the management. The auditor finance statements does not relieve the management from its responsibilities. Yes or no sir? He will give the report based on the available information and knowledge about the company. Done. Next, discuss the limitations of the audit. Question beta. Limitations of the auditor. Do you agree with the view that there are inherent limitations on the auditor? So what are the limitations of the auditing? So pura direct question beta. We should write everything about the limitations of the auditing. Next. The preparation of financial statements does not involve judgment by management. Preparation of financial statements does not involve judgment by management. Yes or no? While preparing the financials, nature of financial reporting, nature of auditor work involves judgment. For example, next, estimates made by management. The question related to this point. Estimates made by management in preparation of finance statements. है ना? Like life of the machinery, like provision for bad debts. है ना? Judgments made by auditor may not be correct. The preparation of finance statements involves yes sir, no sir. Management has to prepare the finances based on the judgment. Purchase of laptop, real account, nominal account. For software company, nominal. For others, real. Life of the machinery, 10 years, 6 years, 8 years, depends. WDV, SLM, depends. Yes sir, no sir. Manage provision for bad debt, and it may become bad. It may become. It is not confirmed, no, but if it is confirmed, no, debited pay account already. We are going to prepare 30% provision, 20% provision, 40% provision. Judgment kada. Ganesh, preparation of finance statements does not involve judgments by management. It involves judgments in applying the requirements of the entities applicable financial reporting framework. Anna, statement is false because preparation of finance statements involves the judgments by the management. If you're observing the scanner, he's testing how much you're understanding the subject. Yes sir, no sir. Yeah. Next, ABC Limited requested the auditor to provide the absolute assurance. Can we give absolute assurance? ABC Limited requests the auditor to provide the absolute assurance in respect of its 10 branches scattered in Mumbai and confirm anta. Em chemantundu? Will we confirm anything? No, we will give opinion. We will give only confirmation means guarantee. Yes sir, no sir. So ABC Limited requested the auditor to provide the absolute assurance, which is not possible in the auditing 10 branches, and confirm that financial statements free from the can we confirm like that? We cannot confirm the financial statements are free from the metal misstatements. We can check the financials. Some frauds may be there which cannot be identified. Cannot be, because auditing is a examination but not the investigation. So the audit cannot give absolute assurance due to inherent limitations of the auditing. Moreover, we will not confirm that there is no misstatement. Then the auditor is not expected to and cannot reduce audit risk to zero. What is audit risk? Sairam, risk that auditor may give the inappropriate opinion, usko bolte hain audit risk. Can we reduce audit risk to zero? We can minimize. We cannot reduce it to zero. The auditor is not expected to and cannot reduce the audit risk to zero, and the auditor cannot therefore cannot obtain assurance that absolute assurance that finance statements are free from the material misstatements due to fraud and error. This is because there are inherent limitations of the auditing. So you have to explain the limitations of the auditing. Direct question beta. We have to explain all the limitations of the auditing. किधर है बेटा? ये पूरा लिखना बेटा. The nature of the financial reporting, nature of the audit procedures. Next, that is the timeliness in the financial reporting. Next, post-mortem affair. ये पूरा लिख लेना बेटा. Direct question. Clear? नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन 2 मार्क्स के लिए पूछे बेटा. अप्रैल 21 MTP में आया. देयर आर इनहेरेंट लिमिटेशंस ऑफ एन ऑडिट which results in most of the audit evidences on which auditor draws conclusions bases the auditor's opinion being conclusive rather than the persuasive. Evidences available to auditor is persuasive in nature or conclusive in nature? Persuasive, but not in the conclusive. What is persuasive? Convincing but not absolutely. Then statement is Because evidence available to auditor is persuasive in nature but not conclusive in nature. But he gave conclusive in nature. Then there are practical and legal limitations on the auditor's ability to obtain the evidence. Explain some of the examples. The same question. Sometimes we are unable to identify. We have discussed the third question or fourth question. No, but so give me some examples where auditor cannot able to identify all the misstatements. Related question. Related question. Examples is asking. Next question, beta. Examine with reasons in short whether the following statements are true or correct, true or false. The objective of the audit is to obtain the absolute assurance about the whether finance statements as a whole free from material misstatements. Answer is we will not give any absolute assurance. We will give only audit is expected to reduce audit risk to 0. Can we reduce audit risk to 0? Statement likha auditor cannot reduce audit risk to 0. Is there a done? Someone type it and send it me all the statements. No, don't forget that. Remind me this thing about this thing. I will inform you. Okay na? Next question, beta. 11th question about limitations. Examine with reasons in short, true or false. The auditor is expected to reduce audit risk to statement hai na ye. Beta, every statement is 2 marks. If you're observing the questions, most of the questions are statements only. उधर लिखो पड़ा बाजू लिखो द स्टेटमेंट हाउ मेनी टाइम्स एग्जाम में आया बोल के बाद में the auditor is expected to reduce audit risk to 0 and can therefore obtain the absolute assurance and can he obtain absolute assurance वो भी लिखा ना बेटा एग्जाम में लिखा ना स्टेटमेंट है ना बेटा so auditor is expected to reduce audit risk to 0 and can therefore obtain absolute assurance that finance statements are free from the material misstatements. No, so auditor cannot reduce audit risk to 0, cannot give the absolute assurance. He can give only. There are practical and legal limitations on the auditor's ability to obtain the audit evidence. Give the examples. So when we are unable to obtain the, give with reasons whether the following statements are true or false. Observing most of the questions are 2 marks, 3 marks, true or false. He's testing how much you understand the subject, how much you are by hearting kado, how much you are understanding. But technical words you have to keep as it is. Which words beta? Technical words. Z, a team member of the auditor of Grateful and Competent Limited. ये कौन है बेटा? Z, auditor of the company बेटा. Company का नाम क्या है? Grateful and Competent Limited was of the opinion that while conducting the audit of a company, no distinction is required to be made between the revenue and capital expenditure. Whether we have to maintain difference or not, revenue expenditure will go to P&L, capital expenditure will go to balance sheet. Yes or no, sir? Answer is this is something related to fundamentals of the accounts, frankly speaking. Yes or no, sir? In auditing, we may get the questions from the tax, law, auditing, accounts, accounting standards up to 15 standards. So we have to make the difference or not between capital and revenue. Statement is false. Next question, beta. Examine the following with the reasons. The preparation of the finance statements involves judgments by management. Yes or no? Yes. This is the answer. कितना बार आया question? Every question is coming 1, 2, 3 times आया बेटा. In case of certain subject matters, limitations on the auditor's ability to detect the material misstatements are significant. Give me some examples. We discussed already. ऊपर वाला 5th question. Yes or no? Repeat it again. This question discussed DEF and Co. Not discussed, I think. DEF and Co. Chartered Accountants successfully carried out the audit of the 3 garments for the financial year 18-19. So, what is the name of the company? 3 garments. CA का नाम बेटा DEF and Co. After completion of the audit, there were found after completion of the audit, there were found material misstatements due to fraud, in the finance statements which were not noticed, reported by the auditor. Whether management is audit is liable or not liable? Not liable. We will not identify every mistake, no matter every fraud, no. Management alleges that it is failure of the auditor. True or false? False. How can you say like that? We will not give any guarantee that we will identify all the frauds. My objective is to give report, opinion, but not to identify all the frauds which are actively considered. Actively, I'm not an insurer. I'm examiner. So audit is not a done beta. The same thing I gave example also while giving the lecture. You observe. No. The matter of the a question देखो बेटा again. As a matter of the difficulty, time of cost involved in the is not itself valid basis for the auditor to omit the audit procedures for which there is no alternative to be satisfied about the audit evidence. We discussed about the statement because of less time, where we have discussed limitations of the auditing. I think because of less time, because of the less fees, can I avoid the auditing of all the can I reduce the depth of checking? No. Yes sir, no sir. Where we have discussed somewhere here only, na? Where beta? Timeliness, देखो बेटा. The matter of difficulty in time, cost involved is not itself valid basis. Is not itself valid for the auditor to omit the audit procedures for which there is no alternative. I said no. This point is very very important. देखो. So auditor cannot omit some of the information because it is difficult. Then judgmental matters are the transactions that are unusual due to either size and nature, and that are therefore occurs infrequently. True or false? Judgmental matters will come daily, rarely, rarely it will come. Daily it will not come. Every day it is coming. We will make a procedure, no beta, for making it accurate. So judgmental matters will not come accurate every day. They will come rarely. That is what he is asking, beta. 2 mark के लिए पूछा. See, in the subject, most of the questions is how much you're understanding auditing, how much you're understanding the accounting, how much you're understanding the law. Students will feel subject is difficult. Why? Because they don't understand, they by heart. But in the auditing subject, most of the questions is testing how much you are understanding. है ना? देखो बेटा question कैसा है देखो. If you observe, this kind of statements is not specifically mentioned anywhere in the material. Judgmental matters are the transactions that are unusual due to size or nature, and therefore they occur infrequently. They will not occur frequently. Then देखो बेटा question 3 बार आया. The auditor has to form opinion on the financial statements within the reasonable period of the time at a reasonable cost. Explain above statement with reference to the timeliness of the financial reporting and balance between the benefit and the cost. Same question beta, upper wala. Same question. This one. The matter of difficulty, time and cost involved itself is not a valid basis for the auditor to omit the few transactions where there is no alternative. Then ICA test your knowledge beta. 5th question in ICA material. An audit does not provide the absolute assurance. Okay, fine, we agree with you. Discuss how the nature of the audit procedures itself is one of the reasons due to which audit cannot provide the absolute assurance. Why audit is unable to provide the absolute assurance? We have tried the limitations of the auditing due to sampling, due to nature of auditing. Yes sir, no sir. Why audit is unable to provide the absolute assurance? We have read about the all the limitations of the auditing. समझ में आ रहा? So remaining part कल देखेंगे. Done ना? So we discussed till the limitations of the auditing. Next question will be relationship between the auditing and other disciplines. That means auditing and economics, auditing and law, auditing and other subjects are there. So nearly we have completed the half of the scanner. Remaining scanner we'll see in the next class. Have a great time. Enjoy the day. Prepare well. SG signing off. Take care. Done.